One of my favorite tablets is the Chuwi Hi12, which is right here in the background. And this here is the new keyboard for it. So in a way, Chuwi have admitted that the first keyboard they released for it, I don't know if you've seen my unboxing, I had screws falling out of it. The build quality of it was actually quite horrendous. So they basically admitted that. Now they have released a new keyboard, which I just got here, that arrived today with DHL. And it now has metal on it. And hopefully a lot better in terms of quality, because the first one was just really basically a joke and it seemed like a bit of a rush job to me. So it's coming in the same exact box as the other keyboard. And I still have the other keyboard, I will compare that one. So we can see here that this top now is metal, and straight away I can see a larger trackpad, which is really good because the trackpad on the old one wasn't so good. And it has like a little trim around the outside here, which is a nice little finish there. And there are left and right mouse buttons there, so it's not just all gestures. And we still have the USB 2 ports on either side there. And it's very similar to the, well, maybe not, it doesn't feel quite as good as the Cube or the Chuwi Hi-Book keyboard or the Cube iWork 10 Ultimate or flagship one, but it doesn't seem too bad. Let's have a look at the weight of it. They'll definitely probably put some metal in there to counterweight it, so it doesn't tip over. So it weighs a hefty 865 grams. If I compare that to the plastic one, that's 740 grams, so a little bit heavier there, but hopefully it won't tip back. So this is the first one. This is the one that has the screws in the back that obviously the assembly line, when they assembled this, they didn't have the torque settings correct, and they stripped most of the threads on these screws. And I've had these screws just falling out left, right and center every time I seem to use it. The typing experience on the keyboard itself is alright, but look at that little narrow trackpad. Now it's a lot bigger here. You can see, get them in the same shot, the difference we have. The keys look the same to me. I'll just have a quick type on it. And it's not actually sitting, oh there we go, it is sitting 100% flush. So we'll dock my Chuwi Hi12 now into it, and we'll have a look and see just the thickness of it. Actually seems this one is going to be a little thinner, maybe, perhaps. Definitely the quality is a lot better there. See, yeah, it is a little thinner there, the front of it. And just get them side on. I do like the color scheme. They've finally got rid of those white keys. I don't need white keys on the keyboard. So, and if you look closely here too, sorry, you can see that they do have status LEDs. Just 2 of them this time around. The old keyboard has 3, and they've got little rubber pads in here. And overall, this docking part does look a lot better in terms of quality. There's the old one there, you can see. Okay, so I'll just dock this in. And there's a little status LED. There's a bit of flex there. That hinges quite tight there. You can see it was actually flexing, but it does prop the keyboard up. So that is the full position we get, which is I think about 120 degrees. So it's not a lot, but any more would cause it probably to tip back. So I can push on the screen there, and I can see that it's causing it to flex a little, but there's no risk there of that tipping right back, which is good. So let's have a look now here. The trackpad seems okay. I'll have to boot over into Windows just to check the gestures, if we can disable them or not, but at least having a wider, higher trackpad there, hopefully I won't keep minimizing things all the time in Windows. I'll just quickly have a type on it, see how that feels. There, it is actually lifting up on the front there, you can see. So it's not sitting 100% flat for some reason. But other than that, the flex on it doesn't seem bad at all. There doesn't seem to be too much flex. It's definitely a lot better, and feels and looks better too. Okay. So if I show you with the old keyboard, this this one here had quite a bit of flex. So just put that here for a second. You can see this one, it has a lot of flex and bounce there. So I'm just going to quickly boot over into Windows. While that is happening, I'll just check the weight of both of them. Okay, so the weight of both of them together is 1.72 kilos, so it's a little on the heavy side. And I'll quickly just show you what the whole package looks like together. It doesn't look that bad now. Definitely better. So on the bottom there are no screws that must just clip into the back of it, or the screws might actually be under these solid rubber feet here. The design is definitely similar to the HiBook keyboard, but it just doesn't feel quite as good in terms of build quality. It doesn't quite feel as solid. And back in Windows here, I'll see, that's just turned off. If I have it propped up about this angle, it's not lifting the front of it up, but I just noticed then if I pull that back, you can see that it's just lifting up there. So that's not particularly good to see. And I can also see that the trackpad has slightly raised lip there on the front. So I've just gone into the mouse settings, and unfortunately, no, we don't have the gesture option to disable them with the drivers. So that's a little disappointing to see. So I do think the keyboard is an improvement. The flex there on the typing, there's literally no flex, but I don't like the fact that the front right hand side is lifting up then when I have the screen angled back to the maximum there. It seems to be warping a little the base of it. If I move it forward like that now, it's not happening. But yes, no flex, no bounce on the keys. Feels a lot better typing experience, and the trackpad is larger. It is just unfortunate though that it doesn't have proper driver support, that we can't go in there and disable those gestures. But being that much higher, hopefully I will not be just minimizing things all the time, which kept happening to me. There's also rubber feet now, and this middle part here, which will keep the touchpad area and the keys from touching the screen, hopefully when in a bag or in transit. But just as a safeguard, I would normally put a cloth or something inside there just to make sure 100% that that's not going to scratch up your screen protector at least, because I have definitely seen that happen with other tablets, and it can be quite annoying there. So that's the new Hi12 keyboard. There's the old one, and you can see it is a step up, and good to see that Chuwi have decided to release this new one and listen to the complaints of the build quality of the old one. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to catch you back in the channel with more up and coming reviews on tablets, mobile phones, and other tech from China. Bye for now. I will just add this edit into the video. What I did is I just grabbed the keyboard either end and I just bent it, put a bit of force into it, and now with the screen right back, you can see now the front right hand side isn't lifting up anymore. So that must have been just a little bit of a defect with my unit. Perhaps it got bent in the parcel with DHL. Maybe it just got manhandled and bent a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it came out of the factory like that. But now it seems okay now. So no flex anymore, and it is very good to type on without that bouncing around.